coach, and then go into questions.
Yeah, I mean, their guy Kyle Johnson came out tonight. You know, you look, you got to tip your hat to him. I think he had 14 walks and 5 strikeouts coming into tonight. I didn't walk anybody, struck out 6. He had his stuff, commanded stuff. We knew going in, you know, he was a good, talented arm. You know, it came together for him tonight. He held us down. We had our chances though right there. I mean, you look in the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Even in the 9th, you know, we had chances to break it open with the right guys at the plate, we felt like. And, you know, hey, you tip your hat. They made some pitches. The double play there when Robbie hit the ball to first base, you know, that took a little wind out of our sail. I mean, you can't do a whole lot about that. He hit the ball hard. Base runner can't, you know, get back on that. I mean, the guy fell back on it. They made another play. You know, Slade hits the ball really hard down the line. You tip your hat to third baseman, makes a really nice play, lays out, gets up, throws him out. You know, those are momentum plays. And when you're going up against some arms like we did tonight, like you need 1 or 2 of those to go your way. But hey, we got a lot of pitching left, and we get to play again tomorrow at 12.
Questions?
Henry, I think my math is right. I think the team was 1 for 8 today with runners in scoring position. When it kind of gets to that situation, I won't say pressing, probably not the right word to use, but just kind of what happens in those situations, kind of giving y'all a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, definitely tough tonight. I mean, obviously in the postseason, that's how you win and lose games, and being 1 for 8, obviously with running score position, you look at the final score. I mean, it has a lot to do with it, and we just got to do a little bit better job of slowing the game down and shrinking the strike zone. Getting a good pitch to hit and putting ourselves in a better position for sure.
I guess, Coach, what do you think about the situational hitting tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got, one that we didn't get off our swings. You know, we hit some balls hard. We just flew out. You know, unfortunately, our game, sometimes a game of eyelashes, right? I mean, ball catches a little higher. And we flew out a couple times to the track with 2 outs. I know it was with 2 outs, but you know, those balls are eyelashes, and the difference in them, you know, being an out or hard contact or a homer, right? So, you know, I thought we actually did okay at times tonight. We need to do better, obviously, but we got off some good swings. We got off our A swings. We just came away with nothing to show for it.
Henry, I think they threw 3 lefties at you tonight. I think Oklahoma State's got the number 1 pitcher that's lefty tomorrow. How do you guys be more effective at the plate?
Just keep fighting, you know, keep getting good pitches to hit. Don't make it anything more than it is. Just keep coming out and throwing jabs, you know. We're not going to change who we are, and we're playing at home. We're a really, really good team at home. We're a really, really good team overall. You know, it's not about them, and it's a lot more about us and what we do. So we're looking forward to coming out and playing a good ball club tomorrow.
Yeah, Coach Brian got plenty of swing and miss, but he gave up the 2 homers. How would you evaluate his night, and what did you see on those 2 pitches that went over the wall?
Yeah, as you know, I mean, the difference sometimes in you know outings is literally probably 2 to 3 balls, the width of 2 to 3 baseballs, and you know, you move the ball over a little more down. You know, pick your location on that. Unfortunately, on those 2 pitches, he missed in the heart of the plate, and obviously we're not trying to throw it, you know, middle. So it happens when, you know, you're a competitor and you're trying to get in there and you're feeling your stuff, and they got off 2 really good swings. You know, their leadoff guy had a really good night tonight, and you know, tip your hat to him. He had a good night. We made some mistakes and he hit it.
Coach, what's kind of the message tonight? Obviously, you don't get a lot of time to think about this one. You got to play morning. What's kind of the message?
It's great. Finally, it's a great part of our game, right? We never really get to celebrate victories because you got a game the next day or whatever, and so now it's like great. We get to get back on the field tomorrow, and then we ain't got to sit around and think about this. Let's get right back out there. You know, I've been in a regional where we actually lost game 1 and made it all the way back to the finals, and so, you know, I'm going to draw a little bit on that, and you know, on how to manage the game, and yeah, your message is real simple, guys. We're still playing baseball tomorrow, and we are really good, and we got plenty of pitchers to go tomorrow. And we'll be ready to hit.
Wes, when you look at the, some of the issues against left-handed pitchers this year, has there been one thing you can kind of put your finger on as why there's been some struggles?
No, not one thing. I think it's more like each guy, right? I mean, you could probably do a little bit of individual. I mean, if you really wanted to go down that road, but guys, man, we've seen some of the best
Good
left-handers
ones.
in college
Mhm.
baseball. It's not like we're getting chopped up by every lefty we see. We're
Mhm.
seeing some of the best that are going to be day one or day two drafts. And you're going to have a chance to play the game for a long time. And so, we just what we got to do is and I thought we did at times tonight. We got off some good swings. Sometimes, like I said, we hit some balls hard. We didn't have a lot to show for it. Yes, you want it when runners are at first and third, or the bases are loaded, or first and second. Yeah, it's called timely hitting. And we just now, I feel really good about where we are against left-handers. We're going to see them all day tomorrow. If we win the first one, they're going to throw a lefty the second one. So we're not going to not see them. But I really like where we're at. I mean, I think our swings are getting better off left-handed pitchers.
You ready to say you're going to pitch tomorrow yet? Is that still?
No, I need to get back and think about. I want to just double check some things with Oklahoma State. Obviously, game just being over. I haven't looked. Obviously, I've already scouted them and broke them down. But you just want to run back through their lineup one more time. They're very similar to this team as far as the amount of left-handed batters they have in their lineup. So you just kind of want to look at some things and just double check.
And I know you've seen their big lefty, a little bit of him. Kind of what could you say if it's just from what you know?
You mean
Harrison, and I think it's last.
the pitcher?
Yeah.
Really good changeup. Obviously he's got fastball command, but I mean his out pitch is his changeup. It's his best pitch, and I'm sure we'll see it a lot tomorrow.
Wes, you guys obviously got here by, coaching game by game, becoming the number 7 seed nationally, but when knowing you have to win 3 games, do you and your staff try to think about what's the path to do that, in terms of lining up your pitching and everything else?
No, one of the things I just told him real quick right there, when we did this in 15, you got to win the first one before you can do anything else. So we will sell out to win that, and then you go to the next one. And if you're fortunate enough to win that, you sell out to win, and then you go to the next, and then there's that point where, I love the definition of toughness that says toughness is just simply, you're capable of great endurance, and that's what you need tomorrow is you need the toughness that's capable of great endurance.
It's